Ross, you spoke to us a couple of days ago about optimism, about, continuing to build, etc., etc. How big a win is this today, given some tough circumstances in the last few days for the club?
Last few days?
Well, losing Max King and coming off the loss to Port Adelaide, which was frustrating, and here we are today.
Yeah, I suppose we try to stay evidence-based, and we thought our form against Port was very strong. Like, I looked at the last quarter with respect. I wasn't sure how we didn't get across the line. So, and Brisbane had been strong, who sit incredibly high up in the AFL on current form. And the West Coast over there at that time was challenging, and then we come back, and I think Gold Coast was a good win here. So we've worked on a few facets of our game, which I thought come to the fore today. Corey Enright with our team defence held play. We'd been getting pulled apart a bit. We got rid of the tag, and just, we worked hard on that. I thought we got some reward against a great ball movement team. I thought our persistence and perseverance. So it's all, to be honest, we can't get stuck in win-loss. It's really about training prep, standards, and setting a foundation for future success. We're really fortunate. We're building a relationship with the Storm in a sense that they come in and we just spoke about when they went through the heartbreak and they shared that experience, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind of when they had their cups ripped off them. They played a season without points and basically won that competition, and they stay united. And after the initial shock and that, then they just committed to, and their leadership was, no, we want full preparation, we want full review. And so because they knew that laid standards for future success. So we just know it's unlikely and probably impossible to play finals, but how we go about it now, train, prepare and compete and review, set standards for future success. So, I think it sits in that category today, so it was pleasing.
Who came in from the Storm?
Well, sometimes people just come in.
It's a good relationship to have, isn't it?
Well, it's a blessing. I think they give their time to a lot of AFL clubs, but Jerry Ryan, who's a massive Storm man, is, culturally, even we had some of our staff kids working in our rooms today, so we're just building out that real family club. There's a lot of lessons culturally you can take from them, and we've done it on and off field today, but you know what? They've done it for a 10-year period, so we've got to build it out.
How proud are you of the guys today? There was a couple of times in the game where it felt like the Swans were maybe going to break away, and you guys just stuck with them all day and then ran over the top. Yeah,
they're a really dangerous team. Like in the second quarter, they got hold of stoppage on their spread, and we're just making. Look, they're a really good team, and look, they had lots of shots on goal. They missed some opportunities, but that's happened to us before. It happens in grand finals, right? So. But I thought our ability to let go of errors and stay in the moment and next moment was really important. And then, our ball movement, we just kept working on it until we got it right in the last quarter. Everyone talks about going quick, but sometimes you just need 1 or 2 seconds to let things open up. And I thought we did that better in the last quarter against them. So, look, it was far from perfect. It was great to see Philippou, who embraced his time in the seconds to build out. It's not the end of the story, but he worked on his midfield craft with Lenny Hayes, played and was happy to play until he improved. And so you get reward for that. A couple of the lads come back like Burns, who really admire his work ethic and persistence. And then Sharman, has still got to keep improving, and Tim held himself really well to be able to come back in. I thought Dougal Howard really competed strong. I'm talking about the boys that just come back in, and then to sort of compete against a team like Sydney, you need your leaders to stand up. Roe Marshall was enormous. Sinclair, Wilkie and Jack Steele. So it was, they were pretty impressive, a lot of them. So without that, it's pretty hard to try and keep your head above water. So I thought at half-time there was a lot to be positive about, except, a little bit of clearance, structure and containment. So look, it's never as good, never as bad. And I spoke about that. But when I saw Port do what they did to Dogs, I thought, we're in reasonable form here. And when you look at the Lions, what they're doing, even the Gold Coast, they still had 63 entries. I thought, no, we've got a bid here. You
mentioned Dougal Howard. Felt like that game that save on the line felt like a bit of a turning point. Was that something that you sort of brought up and highlighted?
No, the players did. Wilkie pointed it out. It's a game of inches. I just thought when we had full control, like Heaney he got two interesting ones, didn't he? Like, you know, he certainly didn't mean to clock Webster, but, you know, accidentally clips him in the head. He goes down, he takes an uncontested mark, and then there's an interesting free kick he kicks too to put the gap out, you know. So it's not even a judgment on that, but we didn't get distracted by that. Yeah. So there's all little moments. Howard's tackle on Warner. You know, everyone played their part. Otherwise, you know, they're a top flight team. Like, you know, everyone recognises that. So they've been up for a while. I don't think they were down, but we took a bit of their game off them. We hung in, and sometimes you just take your moments. But even late, we had two wingers on the one side, so Goulden was running free. With 6 minutes to go, I was going off my head, and yeah, we slaughtered some shallow entries. So it was far from perfect, but look, they deserved the reward. 7 of our players were first to third year players. We had 2 first year players in today, Mateo's second year, and 3 third year players. So it was a third of our team. So yeah, there's a bit to build on.
How is Jimmy Webster after that?
Yeah, I think he's okay. I didn't check it. I'm just saying it wasn't. I mean, he's a great player, and certainly there was no intention. And it's just what I'm saying is this: when you're in the game, it's just a couple of things happen. You go, but I probably was more distracted than the players. They were just next moment today, which is a hard space to stay in. Sometimes when you know, I think Essendon spoke about it. They got distracted and didn't stay in their moment the week before. So that's the pleasing thing as a coach, that they weren't distracted and they stayed in their next moment phase, which is the space we all try to live in, and sometimes you do it better than others.
He hasn't got a broken nose.
Hey?
He hasn't got a broken nose.
I don't know, mate, to be honest. You can do your own probing. I'm not here to.
How's Windhager?
Yeah, he's got a hamstring. Yeah, so he'll definitely miss. So he's a good lad. He'll rehab. They can be rehabbed. So thank you.